Hey everyone, this is Prescott with Gooseneck Implement. With spring just around the corner, we want to share with you some of helpful maintenance tips around some of our equipment that you may be using while planting or seeding. So these are some handy maintenance points to think about before you head out into the field. Not every one of our customers has the latest and greatest like this 9RX, but maybe you work your ground with a 9R, or maybe you rely on a workhorse like this 9300. Whatever you drive, this video will help you have some peace of mind when heading out to the field that you've done everything you can before you go out to get the real work done. I'll be giving most of my pointers with 9300 in the background, but a lot of these tips apply to the more modern 9Rs. So here we go. Annually, it's a good idea to check your coolant. You can get these handy test strips at your local John Deere dealership. You can give your parts man the part number TY26605. It has a handy little description in the background or on the back that will tell you what you need to be looking for when you do the test strip. Just follow the directions. It's pretty straightforward. If it's outside of the perimeters here, then that's when you need to be changing your coolants. Just follow the directions and you're golden. This last bar on the diagram will check your inhibitor. If it's out of range, you'll want to add this TY26603, and that will keep you up to date. On a 9R, you'll want to check your very cool fan belt to make sure it's still within spec. You can get these nifty little gauges at your local John Deere dealership. Right there's the part number. Go ahead and compare that to your belt. If it fits inside the belt, then the belt needs to be replaced. So if you go to measure this the first time and it doesn't fit, that's the way it's supposed to be. Just go ahead and make sure that it doesn't fit in there. If it does, you need to go ahead and replace that. On this 9300, we recommend annually inspecting and or replacing the cab fresh air circulation filters. On this 9300, you can find it on your right hand side between your articulation points here, and it's just right up underneath the cab there. On a 9R, it's going to be around the other side of the tractor. As you're coming into the tractor, up underneath the doorway right there, there'll be a filter right there. You'll be able to twist the cap and drop that filter and replace it there. Annually, you'll want to inspect your inner and exterior engine air filters. On this 9300, that is on this right side, right next to the exhaust. Pull that down. This one looks like it could use some cleaning. You pull that exterior filter out. Inside that will be an interior filter. Just inspect those, make sure that's nice and clean. A reason you would want to replace your inner air filter is if there's any dinging or denting or damage that could let air come through that second air filter. Normally that stays pretty clean. It lasts a lot longer than the exterior air filter, but you want to inspect that for any damage. On this 9300, every 1500 hours, you'll want to change your transmission, hydraulic, and axle oils. Where this articulates, you can have the fill point right in here. That's where you'd fill the hydraulic fluid up. Every time you change your hydraulic fluids, you're going to want to go ahead and change your hydraulic oil sump screen. Every 1500 hours, you'll want to replace your transmission, hydraulic, and axle filters. The hydraulic filter is located on the front right side. Directly underneath the front of the tractor, you'll find the hydraulic filter. Follow that underneath the axle. Around the back, you'll find the transmission filter. Every 1500 hours, you'll want to jack up your back and front ends and check for axle play. You'll jack that up and then come back here, stick your fingers back here and feel for play, and check for leakage as well. Also, every 1500 hours, you'll want to check your fan belts. Ensure that there's no cracking or tearing or anything that might make that fan belt fail while in the field. At 2,500 hours, it's recommended that you check your engine valve clearance. Talk to your local John Deere dealership. With severe duty, you'll want to inspect it annually. On a 9R, replace your transmission shaft dampener every 4,500 hours. On the front of this 9300, you'll see a crankshaft dampener. You'll want to go ahead and replace that every 5,000 hours. Every 6,000 hours, it's recommended to drain, flush, and refill your cooling system. It's going to depend on the conditions you're working in, but every 250 to 300 hours, you're going to want to replace your engine oil filter as well as your fuel filters. A daily check would be good to check your tires and your lugs. Make sure that your tires aren't cracking and that your lugs are staying tight.